I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but hey, this is next to me. Talk to the spirit, you know I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't it, this cause I say it
Hello everyone, welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And today we are back to discuss another episode of The Shy. This is season 6, episode 5, and this one was titled One of Them Nights. So before we jump into the conversation though, please make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you click that notification bell and the like button. All of those things help support our channel. And to everyone who's already done it, we appreciate you. So let's go ahead and jump right in because this was one of them nights. And it looked like all the youngins are gearing up for prom. And I'm like, oh, this is so nostalgic. Like, I remember getting ready for my prom.
That was
cool. Yeah, me too. But I think their prom was a little more lit, you know.
Way more lit.
Way more lit than ours. And then, you know, with the phones and everything and stuff, then I was like, their prom was way more lit than mine.
Definitely. I don't even want to discuss mine.
Yeah, so I mean, they definitely look like they had a really good time. And I'm just going into the preparation because beforehand, you know, Emmett was helping Kevin get ready for his prom, and Kevin kind of let it be known that he had an opportunity that was presented to him to move to LA and to go and pursue this gaming thing like professionally. And they were willing to sponsor him and move him out. So I was like, wow, like that's a dope opportunity. Okay. But I think as most youths from the inner city, you know, it can be tough to step outside of your world, your comfort zone, and go somewhere completely different. And, you know, you kind of get that regret too, because you don't want to feel like you're leaving people behind or, you know, they think you switched up on them or something like that. So I think that's a lot of what Kevin was experiencing.
When you leave, you know, it's one thing to leave your parents' home and get into, say, an apartment, you know, and you're not too far away from your parents. But when you leave the state and go someplace else, now you've grown because now ain't nobody going to take care of you but you. And
right.
That's what that feeling was from him. And it's a scary thing, you know, it's not a small thing to do when you, right, because you're on your own now, bro.
No more grocery shopping in mom's pantry.
or coming over late and grabbing a dinner. It's on you. And you well, I don't know, not 3,000 miles, maybe 1,500 miles away from Chicago. You know, you're not coming home for a late night dinner.
But it's go ahead, Tiff. I was gonna say, but they're gonna be putting him up, paying for transportation, and he, you know, those gamers make a lot of money. I'm not saying that money is everything because I'm family oriented and everything, but I was really excited for him for this opportunity because I think a lot of young people should consider opportunities like that. A lot of times, especially when before you get in a situation when you know you're married with kids and not that you can't pursue opportunities when you're married with kids, but when you're single, young and single and stuff, I think that it's time to take risks and travel and see the world and stuff, especially our Black youth.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think he got two different opinions because it seemed like Emmett was kind of trying to keep him there in Chicago. But when he spoke to Jake was like, man, go for it. He was like, if you gonna stay, don't stay for us. Right. Stay for yourself. But you know, I think you should go ahead and pursue it and whatnot.
I'm with Jake. And Emmett, too. You know, like I love Emmett, but you gotta consider the source. Like
right.
Glad that Emmett is doing this thing now and everything and stuff. But you know, his viewpoint right now is a little limited.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought he has more ties and stuff too. You know, he has, as Kiesha said, we heard her say, he's told her 3 different mothers and stuff, and not judging him for that. But he has way more responsibility than Kevin has. So his lens is different than Kevin's.
Although I can say, you know, he's not in any shy town. Chicago is a nice place to be. But I understood what Emmett was saying. But you're right. You know, I remember when I had a similar opportunity. I had just gotten married. You know, and I was supposed to go out to Chicago. LA, and start something new. But Long story
Yeah.
short, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
know.
It's tough
Like,
when you are attached and stuff because you have another person to consider. I'm not saying that Kevin shouldn't consider Maisha, but
well, it seemed like he did consider her. He got her input.
yeah.
And although he didn't reveal his move to her, she seems like she's down to go too because it could be mutually beneficial for both of their careers.
Exactly.
So I think that might be a plot for next season too. Maybe we get the Shaad takes over LA.
But you know what? It's also equally challenging too because they're not married and they'll be going their different ways because of course Maisha would be looking at her music career and he's gaming, so a lot of times they'll be split from one another. So if the relationship is solid, it might work, but
they're so young.
Exactly.
They're so young and stuff.
Exactly.
Bi-coastal. So
Yeah.
Right. But we seen Kevin did accept the offer. I was surprised that he didn't let Nina and Dre know before he accepted, but he doing his own thing. I think he's like, I'm about to be grown. I'm about to be on my own. I'm already proving to you that I can do it. So he just calling his own shots.
Nina had a half gallon of haterade waiting for him. So I don't blame him.
Yeah, because in her mind, these are still her babies, but she gotta let them grow up. So we'll see. We'll see how they take that.
I was surprised too that none of the kids commented on Maisha and Kevin going to prom together. Because I thought that would have been like, what y'all doing out together?
I thought about that too. And I was watching Papa, and Papa didn't really care. I mean, I guess because like he said, he thought he was gonna be hanging out and doing grown things later.
Right.
So I guess he was preoccupied with that as opposed to Kevin and Maisha.
Okay, he's doing grown things, all right. He over there babysitting.
Exactly. Right. I don't think that's the grown things he had in mind.
I got a problem with Kenya because these mixed signals she's sending, man. I'm a little upset with this because last episode, you had a hard time being with him at the little gathering, and when it was casually mentioned that you're his girl, you blurted out very bluntly, hey, we're not together like that. So, and now we see she was supposed to go to the prom, she couldn't make the prom. I understood why she couldn't make the prom, but now she's with it, so watch out, man. Watch out, Papa. Because this woman is playing red light, yellow light with you all day long. And, something's got to give. Where's that green light? If I don't get the green light, I can't go.
Yeah, she definitely sends a lot of mixed signals because she did make it seem like it was going to be a very intimate situation. My parents are not here. I'm home alone and all that. Like, what Papa's thinking when you send that kind of message.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with you about Kenya. But I wanted to know what you guys thought about Miss Tiara and Jemma.
Look, 2 peas in a pod. I'm trying to tell you. And in some respects, it's a good thing. But Papa, you almost lost both women just in one fell mouth swoop.
Oh, who we talking about? Because I'm talking about Tiara and Jemma. You just said Papa. Right. You talking about her Papa.
Her Papa.
You talking about her dad. You talking about Marcus.
Yeah.
You talking about
That's what I'm talking about when I say Papa, because you almost lost them both in just one mouthful.
I mean, that little bonding moment was cute because Jemma was cute. She did come around. They went to their little lash appointment and Tiara helped her with her prom dress and whatnot. But Marcus definitely, I don't know if the words from that dinner last week got to him, maybe what Deja said got into his head about, Tiara possibly have been with a bunch of people in previous years or whatnot. But I was just thinking his response to the dress, it seemed like very abrasive. Like, I understand not wanting your daughter to dress provocatively, but it seemed like he was projecting his feelings for Tiara onto Jemma.
I think it was not only that, but I think he felt like Tiara overstepped too. So that was a large part of it too. Yes, he did not like the dress. He thought the dress was provocative, but I think he thought like, okay, that's cute that they all that they are bonded and everything. But as soon as you do, you got my daughter out here dressing like this, like yeah. So I felt like she overstepped, and he was pissed about that.
Now hold up. It's not many days I bond with Tierra. It's not many. Okay? But I got her back this time. Now, for one thing, Marcus, you overheard them talking, and you approved the fact that they were bonding and they were trying to get something together. Look, I understand about your baby girl. I got one. But there are ways to saying what you can say, what you need to say without being just dang on, I almost cursed, being just so disrespectful. You were disrespectful to Tierra. And you could have said, okay, wow, okay, I like the dress and all, but I think it's a little over the top for my little baby girl. Can y'all figure something else out? Because when we saw her later on, I thought she looked much more classier.
But hooker with saying that she looked like a hooker with a reach. I was like,
he was over the top with his response. And you can tell that, as he said in the previous episode, that he's not used to this. He's not used to, it's been a long time since he's dated. It's been just he and baby girl, and then now he got a new,
But you're trying to work it. If you're trying to work both ends, man, you're gonna have to be a little more concerned.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to. No, I agree. He's gonna have to work on that. But I think, he probably deserves he was out of pocket for what he said. But he probably deserves a little grace too, because there's growing pains for him as well.
I think they both did a little bit too much. Like Tierra definitely overstepped in saying like, oh, well, she's almost grown. She's gonna do it anyways. Like I thought Tierra did a lot with that. Yeah. But Marcus also had a very harsh response. So they need to communicate better.
And again, I'm gonna step in for Tierra just a little bit now. I mean, what I felt she was doing was, she had Jemma's back. And so what she wanted to show Jemma is I got your back. Now, again, I guess it's the way you say it. It's the way we say things. And she could have been a little more, cordial in how she put it, but the flame was already lit by Marcus. So, what comes out of your mouth after that is anybody's guess. But the flame was lit by Marcus.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's gonna be doing a lot of apologizing next episode.
And listen, she, I appreciate the bonding moment and stuff too.
Yeah, me too.
But Tierra also been there just 2 minutes, so I think that's where he was coming from too. Like, you knew on the scene.
Yeah,
you're not a shot caller when it comes to my child.
No, but I mean, I just thought that the whole gesture was.
I thought the gesture was nice.
Not just nice; it was important too. I think it was important. Really, it was important. Looking at it from Tierra's side, it was important for Jemma and Marcus because she has to show, hey, you're my man, and I'm now, I got your daughters back, so we're cool. We're getting into that family thing. So I think if Marcus had looked at it from that perspective, as opposed to, just looking at it, because even in the dress, I didn't think she looked like a hooker.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. So, my whole point was, hey, where are you going with this? But it's just the way you say things, man.
He wasn't used to seeing Jemma dressed like that.
All dolled up. But hey, it's gonna happen.
Dolled up, but that's still his baby. And Tierra, it was a good gesture, but I was thinking too, I was like, okay, maybe she is trying to be there for the long haul, because I always look at Tierra like,
yeah, me too,
right?
Looking,
exactly.
She has an agenda. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. But I was like, by her trying to bond with Jemma, I was like, well, maybe she really is trying to be there for the long haul. But we'll see.
She put an effort, but I thought that response was a bit much. And like I said, Marcus gonna be doing some apologizing. But the last of the kids that we need to talk about is Jabari, and this whole situation he got into prior to prom because
Bakari.
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 Who did I call? I'm
You said
sorry,
Jabari.
Bakari.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking about the wrong show. I'm sorry for watching Girlfriend reruns. Bakari, he actually was meeting up with Otis, and Otis kind of tricked him into a situation because he's like, you know, you can take this Lambo truck for the weekend. And as soon as he pops open the trunk, there go the guns that he was supposed to have gotten rid of. So now, you know, Douda says, if you don't get rid of these guns, you ain't getting this car this weekend. So gave him a little incentive. And we seen what happened next with Shaad, which I was like, oh my goodness.
Let me get back to the car situation though. Okay, Bakari, you were given a task by your boss, okay? Because here's the thing. No matter how dirty the situation is, you working for Douda. Douda gave you a responsibility. What was that? Go take care of the guns. You didn't do your job. Mm-hmm. Now, I looked at it like this. You got off light.
Yeah.
You got off real light.
Given who it is you're talking about, Douda.
Exactly. Given who we are talking about, you got off real light. And the fact that he gave you another opportunity to not only drive the car for your prom, but in order to do so, you got to handle your responsibilities. After all, they are his responsibility, no matter how illegal it is. You already gave your word that you were going to do it. You got to stick to your word, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's for now. He got off light for now. I think it's gonna be big trouble in Little China when Douda finds out he was popped by the cops in that ride. And that's the thing. You know, you already really young, and you out here in a Lambo truck
without a license, probably.
Speeding
and right.
Yes.
And you
and
know,
God knows where they stole that Lambo truck from.
Yeah, listen, and you know the cops are gonna key in on that,
right?
On him, you know, just because.
Well,
yes.
So I'm, you know, here again. I don't understand Douda. I mean, first of all, I have to assume. Well, we don't even know whether Bakari had a license or not. I'm assuming that he didn't. And
we don't know.
We don't know.
He might have a license.
But we also know that a young black kid in Chicago rolling around at night in a car like that, he's gonna be pulled over for GP.
Right.
In a Lambo, a teenager Lambo is gonna be stopped.
For GP.
Where you live, where I live, where she lives. Anywhere in America, right. a young black man or woman is gonna be stopped in a black Lambo truck.
Most definitely. Yeah. So
he was a moving target.
So Douda,
so the fact that he was speeding.
Well, here's the thing. What was Douda thinking about?
Douda don't care. He was just trying to gain leverage.
We do know the car is hot. So I'm trying to understand where Douda's mindset is going, because
it's what I think he keeps them under their control. Like, remember we had that conversation last week about how Douda reels in these young people and stuff. So he entices them with the money and the suits and so that was a gesture also to keep Bakari under his control. Yeah. Like, I give you something and then you give me something. That's a control thing.
Yeah, because I mean I agree, Ron. It was a stupid decision on his behalf, but I think you're right, Tiff, about him really wanting to put those kids under his spell and keep them close.
Dangling the carrots.
Yeah, I got it. But you know, it's the what if factor that they seem to lose. I mean, you gotta ask the question when you look under illegal bargainings, you gotta ask the question, what if? If you can't take care of the what if, you already lost.
Well, what if it's a test? What if it's a test to see who's also going to be loyal and stuff too? Because remember the conversation that he had with Bianca's character about like who's next in line and stuff. So he probably knows, okay, if he gets pinched, is he going to snitch? Let me see how he handles himself and everything. So I think some of that stuff he's putting in positions like, you know, I'm reeling you in. And I'm trying to, I'm trying to control the situation by giving you what you want. But when you get put in these positions, I want to see if you're gonna stand tall too. Like let me see if you're gonna snitch or whatever.
And can I trust you to get the job done because that gun situation with Shaad, like he dropped the ball on that the first time. So when he goes to revisit Shaad for the second time, he actually like really asserts himself. And you can see that after that talk with Douda, that's when he got like more assertive. So I think that is what Douda is doing too. Like you need to step up your game, or else there's gonna be consequences.
Yeah, because his butt was on the line. Like you failed me once, and I'm giving you a chance. But next time, I'm not gonna be so nice.
We also
right, and that's what I'm just looking at Shaad kind of crazy. Like, how you let this little teenager press you into a situation, which goes back to your conversation last week, Ron. You said either it was going to be weakness or it was going to be vulnerability, being in a tight spot.
And he said, I got two stacks in my pocket.
And anybody knows that if you short on cash and you want that money, and somebody give you 2 stacks like that.
Especially after only making $100 with Darnell for
that's
4 days work. Yeah.
Look, ask us again if we agree with Darnell's scheme. I remember that was the last thing you asked T. Like, what do you think about his scheme?
Man.
I think that's enough to drive anybody to do that.
Hey, look.
And they're only making $100
for a whole day's work, and then somebody's gonna throw down 2 stacks for you to hold out some guns.
It's cold out there too. Chicago is brick. So and then you only made $100.
Right. That's how I was like.
I don't even rock with Douda, but that might be enough to send me to do that.
Right.
Oh,
now, this situation with him and the guns, though, because he hit him in the vent. I'm like, that's probably not a great idea either, because with ammunition doesn't have to be kept at a certain temperature and stuff like that. So I'm like, you're talking about it's cold in Chicago, and you probably got the heat blasting in the house.
That looks like an intake unit, so it's actually sucking in there. I don't see that being a problem because you can't get it that hot in your house, but I don't see that being a problem necessarily. But I don't know his lady too. She might be one of those exquisite house cleaners.
Dusting all the vents and all that.
I mean, taking that bad boy loose and trying to clean the vent. I don't know. So it's nowhere you can hide that stuff in the house. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, that's just a mess waiting to happen.
Yeah, you should have buried them guns out in the backyard or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Emmett and Shaad and these shady hiding spots for stuff.
Oh, I mean,
as we seen, Emmett got caught up too.
Stupid. I mean, let's just call that.
And Ron said it in one of the episodes, one of the recaps. He was like, he gonna have to worry about Kiesha finding that money.
Because I knew he would put it somewhere where Kiesha would go to look. I mean, okay, maybe I don't know.
What was it, hidden in like an ottoman or something?
Yeah, I think so.
And then not even look, what it was some covering that was hanging out of the thing, and and that's probably what she was doing, just trying to straighten up, trying to put it back in. So I'm done.
Listen, the kids would have found that.
Right.
Hey, look, I'm done. I got no words. No.
Yeah, I think Kiesha has had it up to here with Emmett and his stuff, because she already got on him earlier in the episode about him constantly relying on her, and she's like, I'm pouring into everybody else's cup and I got nothing left for myself.
Okay, so I got something for that now. Kiesha, you're either a help meet or a help me. Which one is it? Because while I understand you lost the job that you really wanted, but let's go back to the job now. You were late and you're taking off several, early on several occasions, and being in the last guy on the totem pole, you're going to get cut. It's as simple as that. So it's okay to tell Emmett, I can't be late for work. It's okay to say, look, do what you got to do, but I can't keep taking off work early and I can't keep being late. That's your job. Okay. So I understand she wants her own life and she wants to live it, but here's the situation. I think
she was late because she was dealing with all the kids and stuff too.
I just said, here's the situation. You got a man that's got all these kids and you got one by him.
No,
Look,
she has her own job.
Look, ladies. I mean, yes, right. You got your own.
But they have a blended family.
They got a blended family. Look, ladies. If you're gonna go that way, go all the way. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting a man that doesn't have any kids. Nothing wrong with that, young ladies. I'm telling you now. So if you're going that route, stay that route. Because you know, this is what happens time and time again, which is why these relationships are always, you know, here today, gone tomorrow.
I could say I've seen both sides of it because it's not like it's not doing nothing. He just bought her. Right. So I'm like, that was a major purchase, and he did that for you, Keisha. Exactly. So that's why I was like, you kind of been a little ungrateful there.
That's why I said. That's
at the same time, I do understand her being overwhelmed, and I think the fact that she got let go from her job just made her take out her frustrations on Emmett, because you always do that to the people closest to you. So I would think, you know, instead of blowing up on him about that situation, she should, since Emmett has fallen into some cash, you know, can we hire a nanny? Can we get some help?
She mentioned
that. Yeah,
she mentioned a nanny last episode. She was like, we need a nanny. And he was like, you want a nanny now? We just got a house. And
I would have pushed it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I would have pushed for it.
Exactly.
You know what's funny is I've been reading the commentary on social media, and the fellas have been going in on Kiesha. They're like, Kiesha is turning into a nag and stuff. You know, even my son, when I was watching, he was like, "Oh no, Kiesha might have to go." I was like, "What?" You know, I was like, Kiesha got some valid points here.
No, but from a guy's point of view, okay. Let me put it this way: from a guy's point of view, and I'm gonna go back to what you said, Tiara. He bought her a house. That's no small. You know, feat. He put her up the way she wants to live. You already know what your man is into, and this is what I'm saying. You can't be on the fence. You're either gonna be on one side of the fence or the other, you know. But you can't just, when things start going a little south, and now you're all in an uproar and you're complaining and you're moaning. I mean, even the Bible says a man would rather live on a hot tin roof than to be with a nagging woman. So if
that's your favorite scripture,
you know it is. I don't know why.
Ron quotes that scripture a lot.
I don't know why, but okay, it's got nothing to do with my life. Look, you know, I'm peaceful, so there's nothing about that. But I'm just saying, stop with the nagging. Either you are in or you're out, and that, you know what, that doesn't just go for women; it's for men too.
Well, look, Kiesha got it honest, because we seen how she realized that she just repeating the same stuff Nina's saying.
Crazy.
Yes, she is quoting. She turned into her mother.
Turned into her mom. She said that.
Yeah, so hopefully the therapy can help her to work through her issues and to have more balance. But I do think that she was a little bit unfair with Emmett. So.
Well, you know, I don't know. I don't even know if that relationship was a good idea to begin with. I understand it, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea.
Now, I have a question for y'all, though. Do y'all think Emmett is going to tell Kiesha the truth about where that money came from? Or is he going to try to cover it up?
I think he's going to have to tell her the truth. And I think without her even telling her, she already knows.
Yeah,
I think she knows. Yeah,
I think she knows.
And he
but he does also. He's a business owner. It could be possible
not
that he has
not that kind of cash.
Not that kind of cash, and not in a bag.
In a bag too.
Not in a bag in an artery either. And the way he looked, and the way he looked when she found it, he looked guilty. So I was like, that his whole expression just gave it all away.
He got nothing else to do but tell the truth. I mean, because if you do anything else other than that, it's over. It's over.
Okay. I was trying to play devil's advocate.
Listen, hiding in the ottoman and not having a discussion with her, and the look on his face. Matter of fact, listen, Emmett, this was not his episode
at all.
At all. Because
I was about to go there.
Yeah, you go ahead and go there, because he definitely got pressed. He got pressed out by Douda. Even Tiff, when he was trying to question her, she was like, "You're not my protector." I was like,
right. And I think that Emmett is just so used to being that for her, especially, but also doing it for Kiesha too. So it's like, Emmett he just can't win. And I was just looking at the situation with Tiff and her car, because to a certain extent, like, he's like, I did buy you that car. Like, maybe he does feel some kind of responsibility.
Exactly. He's got some skin in the game. He bought the car for her. And I can understand him being pissed at Douda, because Douda actually, well, first of all, you knew that I bought the car for her. And now for you to get, forget that car boosted like that, and who the car belongs to. And so I can understand why he said to Tiffany, why didn't you come to me? Because I'm the one that's affiliated with Douda, the car, the whole nine. So you should have come to me about it. I got that. But like you said, Tiff,
I think he was still acting as her protector. Like, why ain't you come to me? Because the bottom line is, yeah, he has skin in the game because he bought her the car and stuff. But at the same time, that is his ex-wife, that is the mother of his child. So I think when he was speaking to her, he was speaking to her and, in those terms, like, why you ain't say something to me and stuff. And so
I think it was also an ego thing, because he was like, "Oh, you reached, Dante was there, Rob was there."
Yeah,
like,
that's what I said. You asking about Dante. That's what she said. You asking about him instead of asking about, am I okay? Am I traumatized?
But his ego was fed. His ego was fed when Tiffany decided to take the car.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, she shouldn't have taken the car from somebody that's not her man. So, you took the car. And so,
right.
Points.
Even Rob, like, I was like, okay, Rob, like,
yeah,
get her in the car. I mean,
exactly.
He tried to press Douda about that, and he tried to say, well, okay, you gonna cash us out for this window, and Douda was like,
right, take it out the next drop. Yeah. But like, I think the thing with Emmett was, like, I don't think that when he confronted Otis, I don't think Otis knowingly got Tiff's car.
No, he didn't.
It was his guys that made that mistake, and so it was the way that Emmett stepped to Douda that really set him off.
And he did.
Because he was cursing at him, getting
he stepped to him like
all the dudes. Like, other people are around watching that. Otis can't let himself get punked in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking about. I mean,
Emmett got chin checked with that gun.
Yeah, chin check.
Literally.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the point. I mean, you know who you step into. So, unless you're going to finish it, man, don't even start to begin that kind of problem.
And you're not about that life. His own dad told him, exactly. Like, this is not you.
Exactly.
Right. So I don't know. This is going to really change the way that Emmett and Otis's relationship moves going forward, because now Otis is threatened to kill him and show up to his funeral in some gators. And I was like,
but you know what? I'm surprised Dante took Tiffany to the spot.
I thought the same thing.
Well, you heard what Otis said. He was like, don't be doing all this for some woman that ain't your own. Otis checked Dante too.
Yeah, I was a little surprised at that. So
I was too.
So that might be an issue later on.
Look, everybody was there. That's why Emmett was feeling away. Everybody was there, but him, because Dante is there. Even Rob had a few things to say to Douda and stuff. So I think Emmett felt like he had to, like, puff out his chest and stuff.
Tiff is just bold to me for having all of her men involved with each other like that. I mean,
my goodness.
Especially after what happened last season with her, basically trying to seduce Emmett. If I was Rob, I would be like, I don't trust you around your exes.
Buying a car, look, shoot. If my lady ex bought her a car, I'm sorry.
Rob real secure. That's all I'm gonna say.
Rob is something. I don't know if it's secure, but I'll just say he's something.
He gotta be secure the way he be just brushing stuff off with her. But I wanted to talk about Rob's mother, Alicia, too, because it was revealed that Alicia and Bianca actually have history, which was a little surprising. That was like a little twist in the story, because I'm like, oh, okay, so Bianca owns this lounge that Otis has been hanging out at after hours. And Alicia, it seemed like she had some vested interest in that business.
She said she's a silent partner. And she said she's a silent partner. But the thing is this, I was wondering the way she was talking to to her. I was like, are they related? Are they sisters? Because the conversation in the car with Douda when he said to her, she just wants to control you. So I was just like, so wait a minute, is she her older sister or something? I was like,
I kind of got that vibe too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but I hope we can figure out more about it, because I was like, that is a part of the story that I wasn't expecting, and that definitely makes things interesting. Because now you have Bianca here, and it's like, well, who are you gonna be loyal to?
They might have to go through Bianca to get Douda now, because remember she asked him like, why did you do it? And stuff. So now that she knows for sure that he did it, and Alicia is a silent partner, and let's say they are related, she might be like, I might need you to,
But Douda did say, why are you asking a question you already know the answer?
Oh, the answer to.
Exactly.
Sound like ghosts.
I was like, that's a interesting twist. I can't wait to see where that goes.
So so what do you think about Bakari, after meeting
Jason?
Yeah, after meeting
Jamal.
Oh, sorry, Jamal. Yeah. Jamal definitely, has Bakari shook, because Bakari was really worried about not getting punked by him. He said as much to Papa's father, who kind of advised him to just be a man, give him a firm handshake, look him in the eye. And it seemed like that worked at first, until they got into that police station.
Now, that's what I want to see. Now, I want to see what happens. Jamal already told him he doesn't want, his sister to be caught up in his, what. Now, of course, this was more incidental than anything else, but he had that look on his face. The look told me a couple things. First of all, the first thing it told me is I can't wait to kick your, But then there was that elongated look that kind of said, I kind of understand. I've been there.
And that's what I was going to say. I think a little sympathy too, because he has been
there.
Yeah. And if you remember, like Maisha and Lynae had talked earlier in the episode, and Lynae kind of expressed she was nervous to let her brother meet Bakari. And, I think she told her, like, just tell him, they have a lot in common. They can relate to one another in their experiences. And I'm assuming Lynae probably went to her brother and said that, like, cut him some slack. Like, you are no better than he. You probably had the same kind of upbringing at his age. So, don't be so tough on him, which is why I think it was a mix of anger and sympathy in that police station.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Yeah. But somebody else getting pulled into the police station. Vic.
Oh.
I was thinking, when Vic went and confessed to his assistant, Quincy, I believe his name is. Yeah. He told him, like, Quincy was like, is there anything I need to know? Like, let it be known now. And Vic basically told him, like, I helped Douda get rid of a body. So your fiance being in bed with him in terms of real estate, like, it's not a good look to be associated.
Well, I hope Quincy didn't do what it appears
he told it. He's gonna tell the fiance, and that's gonna have him in danger, because the fiance is green.
And you know what? Look, you just took my tongue and took it right out of my mouth, because
I was like, I'm almost.
You just if you did what we think you did, you got everybody involved now, and your fiance.
Oh my goodness! I almost wish Vic ain't tell him, because I was like, I said, I know he felt like he had to, because the position he's in, but now Quincy telling the fiance, like, it's gonna get some people hurt, and
that's why I was like, I think I'm putting Quincy on the hands list.
Yeah.
Because if he did that, he deserves it.
Flapping the gum.
Well, now the other thing too is, I'm hoping it's more coincidental. I mean, the FBI agent did say, I want you to come down and answer some questions. If Quincy said, okay, I'm trying to walk this through, because, okay, so you tell an FBI agent that your political affiliate is responsible for burying a body, well, first of all, you need evidence.
I don't think Quincy told him.
He
I
couldn't
don't
have
think
said
Quincy
that.
told the fans.
No, he couldn't.
But I
mean, it's just,
I think he definitely is telling his boo.
Yeah, he's gonna tell his
Pillow
boo.
talk.
But it's just very coincidental that
That's
the
what I thought, pillow
FBI
talk.
agent is very coincidental that the FBI agent would appear at the door at that specific point in time. I mean, that's a bit.
Have they found the body yet for Q? Have they found?
Coincidental, because Ron said last episode that the feds was coming. Said the feds. She said the feds were poking around, and she said when he said I ain't saying nothing, and she said keep that same energy when the feds come now. So she already knew they were coming. She told Douda, and then that's why she stopped by Vic's place. So I don't think it was a coincidence at all. She just beat them to it.
Right. But that's what I was wondering. Like if Q's body hasn't been found yet, they technically can still just get away with, just
no, his body's been found because what's her name? Alicia said when she told Rob to find out who killed him, she said, I need you to find out who dumped his body in the river like he was nothing.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, so there is a body. They know he was murdered. They just don't know who.
Okay, so then that definitely makes this the hot seat for Vic then. So I can't wait to see how that conversation goes. If Vic is going to, he's probably going to stand his ground.
But why go to Vic? I mean, you got a body that probably doesn't have any evidence on it. And so you could have gone to Douda. You could have gone to anybody else. Why did you go to Vic? What points the body to Vic? That's what I'm trying to get.
Could it not necessarily be about the body? And could it be like, this neighborhood and who the likely suspects would be? Could you give us any information on who some of your frequent offenders are or something like that?
That makes sense.
Maybe that's it.
Could it be video? Because it could be video all over the city. There's cameras places that we don't even suspect cameras to be. And who knows? They could have seen Vic in the car with Douda. Or whatever. They may have seen him, and now that he's a newly minted councilman and stuff, they might have been like, okay, we're gonna go shake him down because he has a lot to lose since he just has a new position. They might be like, I saw you on the camera riding with Douda, who is a pariah right now because he he got booted or whatever after his foolishness when he was in office.
Well, that does provide some circumstantial evidence. I mean, and the way the FBI agent was so forceful, it wasn't like, sir, could you come down and answer a few questions about a body we found? It was almost like they knew something that
they probably saw him with Douda. They probably, the cameras and stuff around the city.
I hope that's not the case. I hope it's not the case because if that's the case,
they might not have seen. Who knows? They might not have seen the body because at the time they just opened up the trunk, so they even if they saw him on camera, they wouldn't have seen that, but they could have seen him with Douda.
Right?
Like, what were you doing with him?
Yeah. Well, I tell you, Douda sure know how to get some people roped up.
All the time. All the time. He's always getting people roped up.
All the Douda day.
Yes, he keeps them. He keeps them under his control. Like he entices them, but then he also, basically incriminates them too because he gets them wrapped up in his foolishness. Were y'all hearing the swan song for Papa's dad? Because it was some things that he was saying that I was like, oh no, he about to check out. Because he was just like, some things that I want you to remember me by, or some things even when I'm not here. I was just these words of wisdom he was saying. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, this is the swan song. I was like, check it out.
I thought that prom picture was gonna be their last picture.
It was also too after talking with Papa and Bakari, and as they were leaving, he kind of read back, crossed his arms. It was that look like, wow, we might not be seeing much more of him. I don't know. We're speculating, but
we still on casket watch.
We on casket watch, and I'm just saying some of the things that he was saying, and I was like, okay, this is foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing. It's like Papa's dad is about to check out.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they got up their sleeve. This season has been so solid so far.
Yeah,
so
it has.
They have me thinking all different kind of things, and just they throwing new stuff at us is getting me going even more.
Wait a minute, before we go, we got to talk about Dre and her ex.
Yes.
And they spending some time together now. We already said.
Texting at night. 11 o'clock. You see, that's why Nina was getting in her tail. Like,
yeah.
What?
Dre is playing with fire. I can't believe she would think that that's okay to do.
Yeah,
she was a therapist. She was a therapist. She understands, what that implies.
Exactly, and not to mention, she had that thing when Nina had her thing. How you felt? So,
right.
What are we doing here, Dre? I mean,
and she know if that was somebody else, she would be advising them against it.
Exactly. Even if she's fair, it's appropriate, and she's playing it safe or whatever. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, matter of time. Yep, she about to get her lick back with Nina.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So trouble in paradise on the horizon, probably.
Yeah.
You guys got any other predictions or thoughts about this episode?
We gotta say who got the hands.
Who got the hands? Who get the game
ball?
Who
got the game ball? Game ball.
I think it's safe to say Douda got his permanent spot.
All the time. All the time. Douda.
I put Quincy on there if he been pillow talking.
Yeah.
And his man, if his man ratting.
Yeah, and that's the man that Jada was trying to introduce to Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was engaged. Who knew?
I don't know if anybody get a game ball.
Candidates for game ball.
I don't see a game ball going out this week. I mean,
I'm trying to think of one. Yeah, I mean, I don't think nobody really got something that was over the top, like a real standout moment. So,
no.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold it off until next week. I don't know, maybe we can give it to Maisha and Jake for getting prom king and queen.
Yeah, that prom was lit. Or game ball for Kevin for this opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, he has to take it first. I mean, we know
he took it.
He took it at the end of the episode.
He took it over the phone. I need to see you on a plane. So, because right now you can always change your mind. And like I said,
but right now he accepted it, and I'm happy for him stepping outside
and
the
like
box.
I said, Nina got a half gallon of haterade that he hasn't been hit with yet. So,
I'm sure.
Right.
But, I hope he just goes,
Yeah, I can't give a game ball. I can't give that game ball until I see him on a plane. And,
okay.
Well, we may not see him on a plane.
Well, I want to see him in Cali. Okay, give me something. Okay, just give me something.
All right, withhold your game ball until next week.
Or Tiara for at least attempting to bond with Jemma.
Okay.
She tried.
Okay,
I can
give her. I can give her.
So I was gonna say, I know it. It went left with Marcus and stuff, but she did try to bond with Jemma and everything and stuff. So
I work with that.
All right, there we go. Well, this has been really great. I've enjoyed our conversation, and I enjoyed the episode even more. To the viewers out there, please make sure you drop down in the comment section, give us your thoughts on this episode, as well as your predictions for the remainder of the season. Also, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We are at The Spot Real Talk on pretty much all of them. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of them. Follow us. Also, be sure you click that notification bell and like the video. And of course, subscribe to our channel. Support us. We definitely love bringing you guys great content. And, the follower and subscriber count should definitely reflect that as well. So do your thing. You guys got anything else?
Just watch that video with Big Tank Thornton.
Yes, I was going to say that. You gotta watch the interview with Big Tank Thornton, especially since I believe he's the music supervisor for the Shaad as well.
Exactly.
And the Shaad, the Power Universe, BMF, and everything. Major producer is awesome. Check out that interview.
That interview was fire, so definitely do that. Also, we have a playlist that includes some of our past interviews from cast members of the Shy as well. So be sure to check that out. We've also interviewed with Lynae Waithe herself. So it's a lot of good stuff in that interview playlist. Go check that out. Anything else? Nope. So I think on that note, we're gonna call it a night. We will see you guys back here next week for a recap of episode 6. See you.
Bye.
You really help me away. I'ma write this song for you, know. Love everything when you do, baby girl, you're something special. Everything when you look tight. Put up in your jeans like I was spied. Want ice up your neck like a frostbite. Put the icicle right when your tongue ring. Lollipop, she wants something sweet to make your heart it drops. Gonna lock me like the cops. Shoot out when she turn it round back way. White rum shots, weed and snacks.